Welcome back to 4-5 Sports. Today we're talking a little bit about Shohei, a little bit about the Angels. I'm going to kick it to Gary since it's his team.
Yeah, Angels, my favorite team. Mike Trout's favorite player. If the Angels do this correctly, they have a lot of power, but they have to do it correctly. So, they can't just keep him and act like they're going to make the playoffs and then not trade him at all and then get nothing for him.
Correct.
And miss the playoffs.
Right.
And then you just...
And then we're right back to where we were 5 years ago, or however long ago.
And you're not going to draft an international or select an international superstar again.
Right. No, there's not another player like this.
No.
What makes it? I mean, if we're gonna trade him, what makes the team a front runner? What is he looking for? Do you guys think? Because he can fit anywhere.
So a team that wants Shohei on an expiring contract is going to be somebody who wants to win a World Series this year.
Okay.
That, or they think they have what it takes to sign him next year.
Right.
Because it's hard to blow up your whole farm system because that's what it's going to take. You're going to blow up your whole future of young prospects for him. So you'd hate to get him and blow up your whole farm system, and then he walks 3 months later. You don't want to blow it up and then not keep him. So you'd like to think if I'm trading for him, we could maybe potentially give him $600 million next year. Exactly.
Right.
But
To me, the correct thing for the Angels to do, I would like to trade him because we have two really great players, and that's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, two players can't beat a whole team. You need good players from 1 to 9. So what I would want us to do would be to trade him and not even look at batting positions or position players. I would literally get 3 really good pitchers.
Yeah.
Somehow.
So it just depends on who you're looking to
Right.
take him from. You would get some good pitchers for sure if it was to go to the Dodgers.
Yes.
That's what they're loaded on.
Yeah.
The Rays as well. I think they played it smart coming into this year. They made a few little improvements in certain spots with Hunter Renfroe. They traded for Logan O'Hoppe because they're our catchers are horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to pull up Zach Neto, even though he played 50 games in the minor leagues, and he was fine. He was a top 10 shortstop in the league. They brought up Joe Adell, who was the number 1 prospect so-and-so years ago and has been a bust, but he's actually been pretty good this year. Mickey Moniak.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you brought up all these young guys quick. Even Victor Medeiros from here, OSU, you brought him up to throw a couple innings. I mean, they're pushing all the chips forward before the All-Star break, plus the spring or the trade deadline to get as close as you can. And now they're starting to realize, hey, Trout just got hurt. He's on the shelf for 4 weeks. Rendon got hurt again. The pitching's not as good as what it was in the first couple times through the rotation. They're starting to get figured out, like Reed Detmers, for example. Yeah. Tyler Anderson's been good, but there's not. Other than Shohei, obviously, he's your number 1 pitcher and your number 1 player.
Yeah, I think when your number 2 guy is Griffin Canning, that's a problem.
That's your number 2.
Well, he's a starter. I don't think you should be. I don't think on. Oh, the Dodgers is a bad example, but
not in their lineup of their rotation.
Right. I don't know.
Stat wise. I don't know. He's probably putting together right now, if he continues on the path and that blister doesn't bother him, maybe the best season ever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He literally leads the team in every stat.
Yeah.
I think he leads the league in home runs right now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
By a mile.
Yep.
Matt Olson's close, but
also what's his how much is he worth? It's hard to it's hard to put a price tag on that.
It's 600 plus, I think, minimum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is unfathomable. And I don't know if the Angels could even do that if they were to make the playoffs this year. I don't know if they could. That's why I'm thinking, we tried to make this work out the last 5 or 6 years, but we haven't gotten any better.
Yeah.
We got to get something in return for him and set up our future, because if we don't, we're screwed.
What do you think?
I mean, obviously they should trade him, or I think they should. But I don't know. It's hard for a team. There's really only like 3 or 4 teams in the league that could realistically afford that contract and still contend.
Or even have the assets to make an offer for him.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, it's, to me, if like, I'm just going to say the Rays because I doubt they have money to resign him. Like, if the Rays want to trade for him, I feel like it's a much different package than like the Yankees or the Dodgers who have money and want to resign him.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the Rays, you're going to get 2 good prospects and then a bunch of like fillers and stuff.
That does make sense. They're going to get less of a return now than if they were to trade him last All-Star break because the contract's so much shorter.
Right.
And I feel like if you trade him to a team that thinks they can re-sign him, they're going to be willing to give you more.
Yeah. But there's only 5 teams.
There's only a couple teams that can do that.
Yeah. I'm wondering, like if we do trade him to, like, the Yankees or something, like, what... I mean, because obviously we need really good players in return. What players are they willing to give up? Because I feel like Aaron Judge is locked. Like, I feel like
You're not going to get any... I mean, you're going to get some, but you're not going to get any, like, superstars in return.
Be one of the Oswaldos that are already out
You'll
there.
get Oswaldo. You might... I doubt they give you Volpe, but, like...
No, but the...
who's the other guy?
Dominguez,
Yeah, Jason Dominguez.
You'll get him, which is...
He's a stud.
Yeah.
So,
How much is left on Stanton's contract?
I wouldn't take Stanton.
yeah.
I don't
Like,
know if they would.
but
you'll probably get some, like...
I would not be surprised if we tried to get rid of him. Yeah.
Maybe...
You'll get, like, rotational pieces and then really good prospects. You're
Yeah.
not going to get, like, Judge or
Yeah.
Rizzo, or they're not going to do that.
I'd ask on, like, Michael King, because he's filthy.
I mean, I literally don't even... Like, I wouldn't even be mad if we traded him for, like,
Maybe.
7 pitchers.
Maybe Gleyber Torres, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
You're going to get a mix of MLB-ready players that are, like, already there, and then the rest will be prospects, but I would think.
Yeah. Do you think... What teams do you think that can trade for him? Like, what team would benefit the most? I mean, I know any of them would benefit, but, like, is there a team that you think
Well,
can
you
trade
got
for him?
the Dodgers, you got the Yankees, you got...
Yeah, I was going to say
Other
that...
than that,
Yeah.
Because I feel like the Dodgers, like, as good as Shohei is, how much better can he make? Like, the Dodgers are already so good.
yeah. They're not as good, but...
The problem is, though, like we mentioned earlier, if the Dodgers trade for Shohei, they could potentially get worse because they have to trade so many players
They're
or
loaded.
prospects.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
loaded.
I mean, yeah. But
I mean, like, what's a team? How close are the Padres to doing, like, making the playoffs and stuff?
I think they're under 500.
yeah, they are.
That's what I thought.
I think they're like 40 and 47.
I mean, that's not a bad example because you could honestly get Blake Snell out of that.
Well, but I just mean, like,
And his last 6 starts has been
a team
that's
that's...
5 ERA.
I'd
or
probably
0.5.
throw up watching Shohei play for the Padres.
Oh, I would not.
I actually
I
would.
don't like it at
I think
all.
I'd puke.
I don't like. Yeah.
Just hate that team.
I just like Shohei so much too. It's like
But the Dodgers could re-sign him. The Mets could re-sign him. The Yankees could re-sign him.
All right, here's
A
one.
team like the Rays are not going
Like,
to.
the Red Sox, they, in theory, could have the money to sign him. Probably not. But, like, they're 2 games out of the wild card. If they get him, they're probably going to make the playoffs.
Their owner owned one of the soccer teams, and he sold his stake of it last year.
Oh, really?
So I bet he's...
Oh, yeah. That was just the
That
example
could
I
be a
pulled. But
But I don't know what the Red Sox have. I mean...
But a team that's, like, out of the wild card now that could trade for him and then jump into, I mean, maybe even win in their division.
If we're going assets alone, I mean, the Orioles could freaking do it. They're not going to.
We
because
could, but
they've
we
never-
have-
The Orioles have never been known to do it, ever.
Orioles makes way more sense.
They've got prospects galore, but they've never been known to do anything like that at all. I really don't want to see him on any of the teams that could do that, but if he was going to be a rental player for like a month or so, I think the Rays would be dope.
The Rays would be sweet. Out of all the teams that
He's already
have a chance.
really, really good pitcher, and they just seem to be a pitching factory over there. I think it'd be scary to see him with the Rays pitching.
And I don't hate the Rays, so. Do you think people will like think of Shohei differently if he's on a different team?
No.
Like if he's on the Yankees, you think, because everyone loves Shohei now.
Yeah.
The general idea of it.
Yeah, he's on. I mean, he's on Sports Center. Literally
If
every
he
day.
goes to like the Yankees or the Dodgers, are people going to be mad at him
I
about
think
it?
it'd be more mad about the team, like the Astros, but
Like, do you
Well,
think it?
imagine what they'd say about Shohei if he was on a team that was winning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just mean like I know there's certain people that like they change teams and the whole like persona around them changes.
yeah.
If he went to Padres, that's what would happen.
Yeah. Or like, do you think people look at his career differently if he gets traded to like?
It's different. He didn't ask for this. It was just, this is a business decision
I mean, yeah,
for
that's
their
nice.
future.
Yeah,
If he
his
was
team
like,
sucks.
right after Mike Trout got put on the IL, Shohei went and was like, trade me right now. I'm so tired of losing here. It'd be a little different, but
Yeah, that's fair.
In a way, I want the Angels to do as best as possible, but I feel bad for Shohei because this. I mean, he could be doing. I mean, he could be winning World Series.
there's probably not going to be another person like this
No.
ever.
Probably not.
Comment down below what MLB team you think Shohei Ohtani will go to.